Yeah, it's my face. No glasses, no banners. At the beach, about to go in the water. Did yesterday, I'm gonna do it again today. So anyways, I'll get started either way. Um, the title of this video is really relevant because there literally is no law. Like, look, lending institutions have gotten to the point where they're letting property buyers buy up trailer parks so these individuals can raise the price on the tenants there because they know there's a market for tenants because HEX all day, baby. I'll get to that at the end of this, Kobe. Give me a chance. And so what's happening is the Fed is literally backstopping banks lending to people, buying up trailer parks, evicting tenants to bring up the rates in the neighborhood for residences, and then taking these loans that they give, the banks lend to the individual developers or the property owners, taking those loans and then backstopping them through mortgage-backed securities. The Fed is completely enabling, the Scotlandization of the world, because, or at least the United States, because of the way that they're raising prices here through free money printing and literally saying, look, if you're in this industry, you can fuck over the commons as hard as you want. One love, brother. And that speaks even more to the lack of authority through regulatory bodies. Apparently, I hear the SEC or somebody in the SEC is being sued by people at Ripple. Brian Armstrong is saying he's fully complying with the SEC, while the SEC is saying, look, if you do a lending product, we will sue you. So in essence, the Fed or the SEC or the regulators are saying that they have an exclusive market for debt, even if it's collateralized debt that Coinbase may be offering. They are saying, the SEC is saying they will sue Brian Armstrong and Coinbase. Mind you, Coinbase is so centralized, dude. I cannot help but think that this narrative is pre-planned in some way, shape, or form. We could go on, dude. Like the interest rate market. Like interest rates right now, the 10-year, it's going up. What's up, Reg S? Thank you guys, two of you guys, for paying attention to this retard. Interest rates are going up, and it's because the market is causing this, supposedly, and on the 10-year Treasury, and I think the 20-year as well. And the Fed are the ones that are saying they're going to start tapering, but aren't. They're going to be printing until eternity, dude. We're looking at negative interest rates, real interest rates at least. Salute. So yeah, we're in. Oh man, the credit bubble of all credit bubbles, and it's not going to stop. I don't think, based on what I've seen. I thought it would stop in 2008. And that was just a fucking nub on the nib of the mountain. We'll go full bore, dude. Our lifetimes, maybe even it'll happen, but I don't think it's going to happen right away. So anyways, with all that being said, as far as how, the lending industry for real estate, all that really matters that they can keep people under control of, there, and nobody's regulating their ability to, all right, I'll get into HEX. No, I wanted to make those 3 points. Interest rates, how they manipulate them, and how they're money printing. I mean, we know about interest rates and inflation and coins. These guys, and we're only emulating what these fucking crazy people have done. And ultimately, it comes down to a cult of personality where we're like letting people, a very, very small group of people, determine how you and I exchange value. And they're criminally complicit in their desire to keep control of this power. That being said, that market is actually having an influence on crypto. There's to see how markets actually work in nature. It's fully obvious how Bitcoin is not operating in an organic manner. You're insight into Rex, bro. Rex? Who's Rex? I know a publisher named Rex once. He actually published some of my better architectural photographs I did in 4x5. 4x5. Anyways, in the crypto market being pushed around the way it is right now, because I can't imagine the participation in there would have expected us to get like where we were and to see the sell-off that we've seen. Yet nevertheless, while this is going down, HEX is holding a consistent 40 cents. Now, if that's an origin address wallet or manipulating that, who knows? I can't say. I don't follow trades enough. I did see when the market dumped how HEX volume went away. Like literally there was no volume. It seemed as though when things started dumping, people just like sat there and did nothing. It was like deer in the headlights. I never seen anything like that when it comes to volume. But nevertheless, this proof of weight concept, the whole market is based on a promise, and a promise is something that's going to happen tomorrow. So the bond market, the interest rate market, all the things I was just speaking to, all the things that determine how we, when are you going to become a believable dude? Probably never. I hope never. Why would, if you were to believe me, that would lead you onto a path of not your own discovery. I'm just distilling little nuggets of information, and hopefully they resonate, one or two of them, and because I'm looking for connection, I'm speaking about HEX and this proof of weight concept and how the world that we live in debt is all based in promises. And Rich, I don't know if we could blame Richard, all the people that came before him, all the people that came up with all the ideas of what debt could be. It could be something to work in what could be considered almost a socialized manner, because socialism is a promise. Marxism is a promise of a better tomorrow. And it's that HEX, being that HEX has its whole premise based in the code, it is like P3D, or P3D's like it, or Heinrich Hoeken, the guy who created the concept for Heat Phoenix that was the foundation of P3D. I mean, how far back do we want to go? Can we give some credit to actual Ponzi for creating the Ponzi scheme and creating promises that led people to believe that they could make bets that would work for tomorrow and understand they're faith-based? I mean, Albert Einstein did say that, like, one of the biggest, look at her, one of the biggest wonders in the world, she's in a bathing suit, is it that warm? Was compounding interest. And compounding interest, look at that. In a contract that requires the only promise to be with yourself, because that's what HEX is. It's a promise for you to hold on to or leave this value. The HEX is a place where you leave value for a certain period of time that you determine, and in doing so, you actually mint the prosperity of that code. I mean, mainly for yourself, but when you sell it back to those that want to do the same thing with it. Those that want to make a promise to themselves. And is that not the ultimate promise? Because look what we're doing right now with the mortgage-backed security industry, buying the bank loans that collateralize the developers who are raising prices on the mobile home owners, so that they can get bigger loans, so that they can go buy more fucking mobile home parks, so that the Fed can buy more mortgage-backed securities. I mean, if this isn't the definition of corruption, and why we're not talking about this more than fucking, it's the biggest thing causing so. There's another. Look at hers. Oh my gosh! I should turn this camera around, huh? Oh, and she wants me to see it. She totally. Look at that. She's got her shirt pulled up over the top of them. The buns. Look at them buns. I'm going surfing. You can see my board back there. Yeah, that's my cork top Costco board. I ripped it up. yesterday. Hopefully the waves aren't as gnarly as yesterday. There is some size out there. Hopefully I can find a fucking shoulder. This is all closed out. This guy's terrorizing this girl, this old homeless guy. I feel bad for him. I don't know what to say. Maybe he's being nice. She's responsive. Goodness, lady. Oof. So I don't know. I'm just staring at nothing, I guess. Yeah. So that's all I got to say. We're about to bounce off to 200. If we can't, the 200-day moving average for Bitcoin is like right next to its price right now. It looks like it's kind of leveling off. It has a huge impact if you look at the different markers of when it hit lows and highs prior to that. We'll see. I'll be honest. I shouldn't be here right now. I should be taking everything that I don't have in HEX out of the market and putting it in USDC if I had half a brain. But this isn't financial advice. This is where you go to lose all your fucking money. You're going to be a wrecked pleb, like Richard constantly accuses people like me of being, because I didn't do exactly what he said. Is there anybody who thinks he's ever been so right? He should be a heavyweight fighter. If he could train as hard as he thinks his body, he could be a heavyweight fighter. But I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have the fast twitch muscles. Maybe he just leaves them in his brain. Or his ego. Oh, look at that. There's a shoulder. I'm going to go in the water, guys. Anything there relevant that matters? No, obviously not. Surfing is all that matters. It's a smart contract. Yeah, HEX is fucking dominating. So answer me this, fellas, all you Hexicans here. Why the fuck isn't fucking Richard speaking to the significance of what Tron has done? I mean, dude, a quarter of all the tether in the world is on a TRC20 USDT token on Tron. USDT token on Tron carries $1/4, $17 billion of all. It's in Binance's wallet, but Binance is putting it on the Tron blockchain for a fucking reason. Why? As well, why isn't? Yeah, USD is old, but it's working, dude. Go look at the volume. Old. Shucks, it's like a whorehouse. They keep going back for some reason, man. Yeah, USDC is important, but yeah, whatever. Don't think that the number next to the digit that represents those two things, when it comes down to what we're speaking to, doesn't make much difference, man. Nobody cares about Tron. I can completely understand. It's not a shitcoin, motherfucker. Some of the biggest gambling fucking. It is a shitcoin when it comes to its representation, but when it comes to functionality, dude, like again, Ethereum for a second, or 15 a second transactions. Richard's gonna bring it to 60. Tron's already doing 2,000, dude. There's nobody doing as many transactions per second as Tron. So why the fuck is he not talking about it? Why the fuck is Binance using it to store the money they need to use when they want to dump the fucking market? I need to go look at that wallet because our recent dump might have had some influence on behalf of that. I haven't looked in that fucking wallet. I just got to thinking about that. If you look at previous videos, I've posted the contract address on the Tron blockchain where there's $17 billion, over a quarter of all of the tether that was sitting there for months. And I bet you $20, a lot of it's gone out of the market and had influence. I'd like to see how much went out of the market and maybe left as additional gunpowder to keep the price moving down. Or is the 200-day moving average going to fucking cheap Chinese totally knock off? But what do you think fucking collateralized a certificate of deposit is? Or certificate of deposit is the same thing. It's a knockoff. Richard Hart's certificate of deposit. And the whole fucking everybody's a knockoff. Jiminy Christmas. So anyways, I was expecting Solana to keep pumping harder. Didn't. Wow, he's actually getting away with like talking to her. He's nice to her and she's responding to him. That's great. Old man talking to a young lady. I don't think she's flirting with him. She's just giving him the time of day. I got a ship today. I think I might go out tomorrow and try to make some money. We'll see. I'm going in the water. So did anybody say anything about what I was talking shit about? Cheap Chinese knockoff, yeah, but I mean, That's the lie about nobody caring about Tron. I mean, they lock liquidity in some of their Sun pools and stuff like this with their stable tokens and the Sun token and Tron token. Shit, man, they were paying out 170% for a while there, and it's only down to 88. And if you look at the price of the token, if you got in, you know, when it first started pumping, you haven't lost anything. That's for damn sure, even with this dump. While it's still earning 88%, you know, sure, it's a Sun token, but you know, who knows, man? It functions just like everything in the market. It's all a fucking copy. Shit. It's all a copy of Ethereum for the most part. All the other rest of the market capitalization besides Bitcoin, I mean, everything else is run on Ethereum or their virtual machine or something derivative of it. We'll see what Cardano can do. You'd have expected more out of Cardano, wouldn't you? You would have expected a lot more. Maybe that's why the whole market dumped. Cardano didn't step up. Yeah, so yeah. It was funny to see HEX operating the way it does. It keeps going up. I'm gonna go get wet. That's enough. What do we got? P3D babies. Solana. Damn, I'm looking at Solana at pennies. Oh, Solana was pennies, huh? Didn't know that. Alright, man, I'll talk to you later, fellas.